back to you. Joining us now is Jessie Jane Duff, who spent 20 years in the Marine Corps and retired as a Gunnery Sergeant to talk to us a little bit more about what's happening with coronavirus and the politics of this and medical bills and all of that. Jessie Jane Duff, welcome in and thank you for your service. I bet you were one tough Gunnery Sergeant.
Oh, well, I guess I could be up for debate. I know that you got to be tough to be a gunnery sergeant, but I really just believed in the philosophy of be firm but fair. That's the best way to handle it, even when you come off of active duty, because look what's going on and how they're treating this president. He has been extraordinary on that podium every single day, and I will say that he has learned the art of being firm but fair. He's pushing back on what the media is trying to do to try to destroy his presidency, not only try to implicate him as being culpable in creating the virus or being negligent in the virus or any other thing that they could try to pin on him without looking at how this is devastating the United States of America. And it's unfortunate because when you watch the news, it is really, really a grim picture. They're not demonstrating the successes that this administration has had. They're not talking about how we have essentially found a way of destroying the virus once people have it, that when we use the malaria medication, and there's other sources that we are using now that are helping people survive, instead of talking about the survival rate, they're talking about the death rate. I mean, really, you would think it's the apocalypse to watch CNN or MSNBC.
Right, you're absolutely. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, they continue to, play Monday morning quarterback. Well, he should have done this. It should have come earlier. He should be more aggressive. He should do this. He should do that. And now is not the time and place to be talking about politics in this whole mess. And I can't stress it enough. And you're absolutely right, Jessie Jane. The fact that this president, I believe, is doing a fantastic job with his Vice President Mike Pence and the rest of the crew there, they need to be applauded and actively getting aggressive with this, and the transparency in all of this as well with their daily press briefings. I know when this president was elected that the military and first responders and police forces across America finally have a champion in that White House that supports what our armed services do and the rest of the first responders like no other president I've seen in a long time. So what about this socialized medicine push we keep seeing coming from these Democrats too? I'll tell you what. If we were a socialized medicine country right now, we'd be a wreck.
Oh, absolutely. The thing is that you can't even trust what's coming out of the countries that have government-run medicine. Look at what's gone on with China. We haven't gotten accurate data out of there. In fact, we now are finding out from Italy that they're declaring everything that is a death, a coronavirus-related death. So somebody who had the virus but may have died of a heart attack or otherwise. So now you don't even know the accuracy of the very models that these apparent medical professionals are using to make policy. And now we have people that are suggesting that we're going to have 200,000 deaths in the United States, but yet we don't see that uptick in tempo from day to day, from hospital to hospital. I know in certain parts of the country, yes, we're seeing it in Bronx, New York City. Those areas have been wildly infected. But at the same time, the rate of death, is it matching what these models are suggesting that would happen over the next month or 2 months? I don't think so. When you're looking at people like Democrat governor down there in Virginia, who has basically told everybody to stay at home till June, over 70 days. How on earth do they expect this economy will step back up? It won't. Right. You know why? They know it's an election year. They know that this is the only way that they have left with the president. They had how many shots at him? Trying to go for Russia collusion, trying to go after obstruction of justice, trying to go after him for every single thing that they could find, every deviant method. Would it surprise an American or Americans that they are still being deviant? I would think not. Not when you create a fake dossier to try to take out a president. Would you sit back and not suggest that there should be concern over the Democratic narrative, and then what they're doing is exhausting the Treasury with their pet projects, socialized medicine, trying to ensure that every American gets a check out of this? What are they doing? They're buying the election.
Yeah. You know, it's really sad. You're right. It is deviant. It's evil that they're doing this at the expense of the American people. They would rather see the president lose this election and be removed from that White House and at the cost of people dying and spreading bad news than anything else. The goal for them, absolutely front and center, is removing this president. Jessie Jane Duff, ooh-ah, thank you so much. Great information. I appreciate your energy, too. Thanks for being with me. 8:49, Alabama's Morning News, traffic and weather together coming up 3 minutes. Stay with me.